Saturdays and Sundays. Saturdays
I'll
and
be
Sundays.
taking predictions the first week.
Well, I'm gonna have and Mr. Von Allen is right here on my Facebook Live. I'm gonna have him on, and after week 1 to talk about the Patriots and stuff like that. So Lewis, get on here with me so we can talk about the Jets that week too. I want to talk throughout the season with you and see how the Jets are doing, and we can talk.
Wait, are you talking the first after the wait a second, the day on that again?
After week 1, or you want to talk about after preseason stuff?
You're having the person on after preseason, correct?
Correct.
Week 2, so that would be. Let me think here. Let me check on the date here. I got the dates all already on here. All right, week 2. So that would be. All right, the first Thursday is September 5th. The second Thursday is September 12th.
Okay. All right. So that will be that night on the 12th.
All right, that'll work.
Okay. So like I said, I'll have you on too. So like I said, I'm glad that you're an AFC East fan, so we can talk about the division throughout, and we can talk about other teams too. Again, I live in Florida, so I'll be talking about the Bucks this year because again, I write for USF, University of South Florida, that plays in the same state and the Bucks do. So I will be looking forward to college football season starting up too on Saturdays because that's going to be nice. Of course, the USF will start their season on the 30th of August, and that's a Friday night. I can't wait. They're playing Wisconsin. Can't wait to see that.
I'll be covering that too. I'll be covering college.
I can't. Who do you cover in college, Lewis?
I jump around. I cover Big Ten, Pac-12.
Okay.
I'm all over the place. Yeah, we still had the Big East, so I covered them, but they disbanded. Thanks a lot.
But where is UConn going? Because UConn's leaving the AAC. Where are they going? The Big East.
Not for football. They're staying in the AAC. I mean, there's never going to be another Big East football again. Sad to say.
Okay.
So they're going to stay in the AC.
Okay, yeah. So they're still okay. So they're in the same division as South Florida,
but
UCF.
They are moving back to the Big East in the basketball front.
The basketball front. Well, that makes more sense to me. The AAC is not, again, you go through the Power 4, Power 5 conferences. They're not considered a Power 5 conference yet. I don't know if they ever will be. Because, everyone, being, again, I live in Tampa, everyone talks about UCF because that's the Bulls, enemy is UCF, the Knights. And I have friends who are Knights fans who they've beat us the last few years. And again, I read an article the other day that they're favored to win the AAC again this year. So someone has to knock them off the mountain. That's the same thing in the SEC with Alabama. I've heard people say this is Texas A&M is going to knock them off. And I hear, LSU is going to knock them off. Well, somebody's got to knock them off. Because Georgia seems to be the team in the East, but Florida made a jump, and I'm a Gator fan myself too. So it's going to be interesting to see which team out of the East comes out. They said Tennessee could be a surprise team this year. So it's going to be interesting to see who comes out of the East. And, would you be bored, Lewis, yourself, if we see another Clemson-Alabama national championship game? Because I sure wouldn't if those two teams get back.
No, I wouldn't say that, but it'd be nice to see maybe if Notre Dame can actually win one for the first time in 300 years.
And you know what? They were there last year, and dag nabbit, I was pulling for them to beat Clemson. I knew that they weren't going to beat them, but it would have been kind of cool to see Notre Dame knock them off in the playoff. So the Irish, what was the last time they won a national championship? Do you know when they won a national title? When was the last time that the Irish won a national championship?
I think it was 420 BC. No. No, it was actually, I think it was back in, I think it was 88.
88? Okay. That was
80 or
with
89, in the 80s.
Yeah, okay. So it's been 20, 30 years since they've won a national championship.
Since I was in high school.
Okay. So okay. All right. Well, like I said, I hope they can. Well, I don't see how they're going to have a bad season. Brian Kelly's a great head coach. I can't see them having a bad year. And they had a good year last year. And they're if they're independent, would you like to see them join a conference? Because to me, they fit well in the Big Ten.
Yes, they do.
That would be the conference.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't know if they want to give up their huge television contract with NBC, so I don't know if they will do that.
And you know what? You hit the nail on the head. That's exactly what's keeping them away from doing that, because they have that huge contract with NBC. They're not going to give that up to join a conference because the Big Ten has their own network. They have their own network. The ACC got their own network now. The SEC has theirs. You cover the Pac-12. Do they have their own channel out west? I'm not.
Yes, they do, but unfortunately, my system doesn't carry it.
So you can't. So how do you watch?
Good for nothing.
Do you watch? You stay up till midnight on ESPN to watch Pac-12 football? Or do you watch
no, because they're Fox Sports does carry UCLA games and USC games on their games. So it's not exclusively to the Pac-12 channel. Fox with Fox Sports 1, Fox Sports 2, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm not completely shut out.
Okay. Because if you don't stay up till midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning on the East Coast, that is, you don't get to watch any of that. You have to watch highlights the next morning on ESPN.
Well, I'll tell you one thing though, because Saturdays once college football season starts, I'll be up till about 2 a.m. doing the scores, so I might be able to catch it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything else, Lewis, you want to talk about this evening?
Well, there was one thing I did forget to mention on Kevin's show Monday. Okay. I don't know if you were familiar with the boxing. Are you?
Yes, I watch boxing.
Okay, yeah. Well, I don't know if you're old enough to remember a middleweight champion named Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker.
I do. I heard he passed away. He got killed and hit by a car. Is that what happened? Okay.
Yes. And,
I do remember some of his fights. Again, Lewis, watching a lot of fights on YouTube and stuff like that. But I watch a lot of HBO fights. I know Pacquiao's fighting this weekend. That should be a good fight to watch.
Should be.
Yeah.
I think my show will be on the air though still.
Yes, Okay, last week I was at roller derby. This Saturday I think I'll be able to get on here towards the end of your show. I got to get on there and talk to you on your show, because you come on my show times. I know you're on Kevin's show every week, so I got to get on there from 6 to 8, or if I'm home on a Saturday, I'm like, you know what, I'm calling Lewis. So I'll go ahead. Yeah, I'll go ahead and try to get on there. This Saturday. If not this Saturday, I know I can do it next Saturday. So I know I'll try to get on.
Is this roller derby a league that is, or is it just an individual competition?
For what?
Roller derby.
It's a league. It's a league, Lewis, here in Florida. I did a little background information last week on the end of my show. I've been going since June of last year or April of last year. Now the dirt, and again, this is not like the 1960s where you see like WWE style. This is actual roller derby, them skating and hitting each other, and this is not. It was reborn in Texas. Well, it's gone, national all of a sudden. They just got done playing a tournament out in Texas where you got to see the two top teams in the country are Los Angeles and Arizona, and that makes a heck of a lot of sense because Los Angeles usually has a lot of good teams, as we all know from the past history of any sports. They have something that they won a championship in Los Angeles. It's fun to watch. I mean, I go. They have a match once a month. They're the only bank track in the southern United States here in Florida. So I go once a month. They have a match once a month, and I go and I enjoy it. I know a lot of the skaters, the girls that skate. One of them actually lives right above me in my apartment complex. So,
wow.
And I've got to know her very well. And, it's kind of cool when you get someone like that who's into it, because you can tell, as I've got to know her over the past year, that you could tell the serious ones from the ones that just do it just for fun, and stuff like that. So it's been pretty cool to listen. Again, like I said, that's the reason why I wasn't on the show last Saturday, is I was at roller derby, watching them play roller derby.
Even though it's only for fun, I'm sure it's got to be brutal, though, either way. Whether you take it seriously
Yes.
or for fun, it's still going to be brutal.
Yeah, I missed. I was here this past month. I missed in June. I missed the match, and they had a girl break her leg. She slipped
See what I mean?
off the track and broke her leg, and
Yeah.
they said that it was absolutely horrible. That she
I can
broke
only
her.
imagine.
Yeah. So, and she happened to be there this past month. She was at. They all have like volunteers and stuff. They run, concession stands and all that stuff there as well. They have a food truck that comes, but she was there and she had her leg propped up, and it's kind of sad to see, because anytime an athlete gets hurt, no matter if it's a male or female, you're sad, you're upset, because that you're like, holy crap, they're doing what they love, and to them, they don't, it's an injury, but they're doing what they love. So if you get hurt in baseball or hurt in football or basketball or hockey, they're doing it because, you know what, that's the risk that we take, and that's what we do because we love to play the sport.
That's what I always keep saying.
Exactly. Yep.
Because it is a risk, but that was the risk you knew going in when you wanted to do this for a living. So because when so many injuries happening in football nowadays, like, well, as much as it's sad to see happening, but that is the risk you take by playing the game.
Correct. Yep.
And I want to make one more comment with player Tyler Skaggs. I mean, you got to talk about overcoming adversity. You lost your pitcher just a week before the All-Star game, and then you come back the first game at home since after the break, and you throw a no-hitter. I mean, that has got to be, triumph over tragedy. Like, if that isn't it, I don't know what is.
Well, and as you know, too, they were a walk away from a perfect game. I mean, had they had that walk in the fifth inning, it would have been a perfect game, and that would have been, I don't know, that would have been monumental in my opinion.
That would have.
Absolutely monumental. If they would have.
That would have been the story of the year in baseball.
Absolutely. Because it would have been the first combined perfect game ever. There's never been a combined perfect game. So that would have been that. And the fact of the matter is that you lose your pitcher. And they did, I think what they did, Lewis, for him was great. They let his mom fill out the first pitch. They all wore his 45. The funny thing is his birthday was July 13th. They scored 7 runs in the first inning, had 13 total hits. It's just that doesn't happen. That stuff just doesn't happen for a reason. There's something was going on. Something was happening. And then, like you said too, they threw a no-hitter. They all laid their jerseys out on the mound. That was so cool. That was such a cool thing it's sad because we don't know what happened to him. And it's sad to see him go, but his teammates did a great job for what they did. And I know Mike Trout was kind of emotional during the after game. And I forget his friend's name, the kid that caught the pitch that his mom threw out. They were both, kind of emotional. But again, I don't blame him because they love that guy. Yeah. He was a great teammate. I mean, and I'm not saying that you have to be a great teammate to get what he got, but I mean, any teammate, you're going to be upset to see you got to lose a teammate. So it was very cool what happened last Saturday for that game.
It was Friday, but still.
Yeah, correct.
And speaking of perfect games, today is the 20th anniversary that another perfect game did happen.
Let's see. Who would that be?
I'll tell you right now, it happened with the Yankees.
Happened with the Yankees. Okay. Was it in the World Series?
No. It was 20 years ago today, so it couldn't have been the World Series.
No, that's right, because we're in August. Who was it?
David Cone.
Oh, yes. Okay, yes.
Montreal.
I was actually on vacation as a teenager watching that baseball game. I watched him throw his no